Good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Darkness over New Orleans. My name is Dylan. I am your storyteller, and we have our group here with us, as always, the four Kindred of New Orleans that we are very fortunate to have. What happened there? It just got really dark.
What happened? What happened?
Oh, there goes the Nosferatu. Oh.
And they're gone. They're gone.
um, Before we get started, I just want you all know that this is a dark themed game. This is Vampire the Masquerade. There will be some thematic instances throughout our gameplay that may be a bit too much for some viewers. So if this is not your cup of tea, I invite you to please find something that's more your level and more your speed. No offense taken whatsoever. I have had many conversations with our players about their lines and consent, and we are all on the same page. Those lines will not be crossed in game, in chat, or out of game. Um, excuse me. That being said, we're going to go through and introduce our characters, as always, from left to right. Um, Robin, you're up.
Hello, everyone. I'm Robin the God. Robin the God on TikTok. She, her. My character that I'm playing is Thorn, the Nosferatu, he, him.
Hi, everybody. My name is Christian, aka Fluffy Goomba, on several socials, mainly on TikTok, but you can also find me here on Twitch on a variety of days, playing a variety of games with a variety of wonderful people. You can also find me on Sundays on Total Party Kiss, playing Ragnar of the Ironclaw Pride, Leonin Equinite Fighter. He's my good time boy. It's my silly son of a bitch.
My good time
And
boy.
my good time boy. And here today, I will be playing Maximilian Washington, Gangrel, my not so good son of a bitch. Both our pronouns are he, him.
Hell yeah. Hi, everybody. My name is Alec or Commune. My pronouns are he, him. You can find me all places on the internet at CommuneDM. I am the archivist for Known Realms Tolesh, a high fantasy D&D campaign set in my homebrew world of Aosha every Sunday, as well as a player in Unearthed Inheritance, I do a campaign with Blue Button and myself every other Sunday morning. And I am playing your Brewha, Kieran Blake, also he, him.
Aubrey Valentine, Thaddeus Atlas everywhere, and I'll be playing Tremere tonight.
And once again, my name is Dylan. My pronouns are he, they. You can find me all across the corners of the interwebs at Roll for Dylan. So without any further ado, let's sink our fangs into tonight's episode. When last we left off, our coterie was outside of the prince's mansion, where Kiernan had just failed a bestial roll, had been put under a sleep, mesmerized by Aubrey. I was about to say Thaddeus, which is your real name. During which time Max was having a discussion with the sheriff inside the mansion, and well, Thorn took the life of a passerby. Once Kieran woke up, he and Thorn had some very deep words together, where Kieran really expressed his malcontent with the happenings of killing an innocent. And Thorn, having expressed that it's what they were supposed to do as kindred, their humanity has been lost for a while. After coming out, Maximilian also had some words with Thorn. On the way back to the car, Kiernan and Aubrey had a discussion as to what just happened, what transpired. On the car ride home, Kiernan and Thorn softly made up a little bit of a discussion, but the entire beginning scenes were all very heavily weighing in on each character's morality and humanity versus their inner beast. The coterie then turned up onto Maximilian's boxing gym, where inside they were met with a very eager to chat Kindred, who just so happens to be Maximilian's sire. Um, Things were discussed within the back room as to the true meaning of the prince and his sheriff and their connection and what's going on in the city, which not much information was gleaned from Max's sire, but he knew someone who could probably help them out and made a phone call over to Jeffrey, the owner of the tea shop, and got a meeting with them the following evening. Kieran also made a phone call to pick up his supply at a local hospital from one of his contacts, who he'll be picking up later this evening. We're still inside of the boxing gym. Angelo is still outside, just finished the phone call with Jeffrey. Maximilian's watchmen are still sparring in the ring. Some are outside. Players, the stage is yours.
So we're outside of the gym.
You're still in the gym.
Oh, okay.
Hey, all right.
What time is it?
Are you asking me or are you asking?
I'm asking what time for. I'm asking you. What time is it currently? Her.
Well, it's if I remember correctly, it was almost that time of the evening where the sun is just starting to cusp over the horizon. Sunup will be fairly soon.
Do you all have accommodations for tonight?
I mean, I do, certainly.
This is where you ground yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Rhiannon, Aubrey.
I gotta go do a thing.
You're going on a date right now.
No.
I don't think that you would know about that.
Oh,
Nope.
sorry.
Yep.
No, you're
this
good.
is a phone call.
I gotta pick up my supply and drop some off at St. Agnes. I'm gonna pick up a phone on the way.
Ah, that's right. Your baggies. Enjoy.
Thank you.
Enjoy.
Gotta get an Uber.
Would you like me to call you one?
Yeah.
I mean, because you can't really call
I-
on the phone that you don't
I've
have.
got a car on the way. We could drop you off.
Oh,
If you want to drop me off at my place, I can take my car there. 'Cause I gotta pick something up there.
I mean, that sounds safe. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Plus, you get to see how expensive dear Aubrey's place. I mean,
That's
tastes
gonna be
are.
nice. Yeah. I'm actually gonna soak in that luxury just a bit. Thank you,
Oh
Aubrey.
yeah.
It's just a car ride.
Yeah, but it's a car ride with like porn lighting and I imagine they got those really cute like little
That's-
water bottles.
Extremely offensive that you think I would have a pool in there and a hot tub. I start texting, don't bring hot tub. And
the
Paul-
hot tub limo.
Basic Lincoln Town car would be fine.
Yeah, I mean, hey,
Must keep up appearances.
I love that. But yeah, no, I do appreciate that. All porn lighting aside.
I will just go into the sewers.
The what?
Oh, come on! I said that mainly as a goof.
You have a perfectly good place here with Max, or if you want to come back with me, you can stay at my place since you've already done that before. It's up to you.
What do you say? One big bed at Kiernan's.
I didn't say that. I did not say that.
Not to put words in your mouth when I have so many other gifts that I've been blessed with. Anyways, to Kiernan's.
I guess everybody's going to mine.
I guess everyone's going to your house.
Wait a bit. I suppose this one time I can go to your house.
Technically, it's the second
The
time.
second time.
Thorn, technically, it's the second time you've been to my
A
house.
second time is technically a streak.
You haven't even been
Angelo
to my-
chimes in. I've heard this is your second time.
Yeah, see, Angelo gets it. It's your second
Angelo
time.
gets it. Angelo gets it. It's your second
Angelo,
time.
defense? Wow!
We should just who's ever closest just whacks him really quickly.
It has to be Kiernan, right? Like, he has to just get a...
He asked.
Oh,
Can't. No, we're gonna talk about this later.
I learned a lesson.
You learned a
Keep your
lesson.
hands up. That's all you gotta remember. Keep your hands up.
Always.
Protect the house. Protect the house.
Protecting the house.
Yes.
Oh, you know some Muay Thai, huh? You got the Muay Thai stance
What?
going on. Okay.
No, I have weak wrists.
You're scaring my friends now.
I'm
Come on.
going into the sewers. Good night. Good night. He walks out.
Oh, thank
Night, Thorn.
It's not my fault. I have weak wrists.
I wasn't making fun of you. Oh,
Okay.
no.
You know they're sensitive about their bird bones.
Ah, fuck.
They do crack easily under
Sorry,
pressure.
Dylan.
So.
Thorn, are you actually going to one of the sewers?
I am.
Okay, how are you getting into the sewer?
I'm gonna look for a pothole.
Okay. We'll say there's a pothole, a manhole grate on a few feet away. There's also some of the drainage sewer pipes on the sidewalks. that
Would you
can
like
see.
some lore I thought of just now for my gym?
Yeah, by all means. If
Because-
it's your
because
more for your gym, please do.
Yes, because my gym takes in all clientele, and that's all vampires included, all types, all clans. The sewer drains and grates are very easy to open for those with vampire-like strength, specifically for Nosferatu, because he knows that they use those systems regularly. So it is the cleanest sewer entrance you've seen. Specifically, just nice, just nice and easy to get down to.
I'm picturing like the Ninja Turtles entryway.
Yes, exactly.
He's just
Nice.
going to pick up the pothole right on top and put his fingers right in between it and put it over his head and just jump down.
Perfect.
Well, we're going to touch on that in just a moment. The three of you, gentlemen, you're still inside of the gym, and Thorn has left and seemingly disappeared outside. Max, I'm sure you're aware of exactly how and where Thorn has gone to, as you just dropped that little word bit. What are you guys up to? What are you guys going to do for the next few minutes before you guys leave on the car?
I actually think Kiernan is going to do a smart thing and inform the boys where he's going and what he plans on doing. Because you know what? For some reason, I'm scared about tonight, and I think that Kiernan's honesty is paramount to maybe his survival. So I know somebody at St. Agnes, Stephanie. She's a very sweet lady. I'm gonna drop off a painting, my parents, and I'm gonna have them drop that off. My parents' place.
Oh, it's very sweet of you.
Say they found it when I died or something.
Oh, that's not as sweet, but I
Well,
get it.
it's not as. It'd be much sweeter if I could just go up to my parents' door and say, "Hey, I've been painting this," but that's just not in the cards for me. So
Yeah,
this is about as good as I can go.
that's good.
But we got shadow people watching us, and
We do.
I think transparency is probably the best thing to do at this point in time.
On that note, I noticed that your phone was the screen doesn't necessarily function. Can I grab his hand and I begin to write my phone number on the back of it? Like, if you need anything, reach out, of course.
Thank you. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get a new phone. I'm gonna put this SIM card in, so I should have all my contacts and everything like that. Because I'm pretty sure that's how phones work. And then we're gonna and then I'm gonna get my supply and then go home.
I always draw a heart around when I write numbers. It's nothing. It's not like an invitation necessarily.
I mean,
Max, what are you gonna be up to this evening?
I mean, I'm gonna be here.
Okay.
Mainly. I'm gonna make sure that these fellas are squared away, and I'm gonna take old Angela home. So
Cool.
that'll be my after night.
After dusk.
I guess, yeah.
That makes sense. Well, if you need anything, Kieran will do the same. He'll just take a piece of paper, write down his phone number twice, give it to them. He'll keep a third on him for Thorn whenever he sees him next.
Do you think Thorn has a phone? Like, do you think
I'm gonna hold on to it just in case?
Yeah.
The man continues to surprise me.
He's very surprising.
So, but who knows?
If we went into the sewer and found a Matrix-style layer, it would not surprise me in the least.
You say that, I believe you. I honestly think he would have a Matrix style layer.
I just got jealous.
Yeah, at the very least, a selection of leather gear that he switches into, long coats and such.
That I believe.
That I also believe too.
Robin's staring at the camera. Sorry.
All right, to speed this up just a little bit. We'll say, Aubrey, your car has arrived.
Is it just a regular old townhouse?
It's a regular old, yeah.
It's just a Lincoln Town car. It's a little blacked out. The tinted windows, of course, all around. Blacked out headlights and taillights.
Now, they always usually let me sit in the front. It's not traditional, but they do usually let me sit in the front. I'll sit in the back with you.
Okay, that makes sense.
Shot back gun.
Shot back gun.
Or back shots, as I call them.
You did not call it that. That is not a thing you say. It's a thing you say, isn't it?
No.
He just gets in the backseat of the car. He doesn't say a fucking thing.
I get that look a lot when I say that.
I'm sure you do. You guys have a good drive. Be safe.
Yeah, thank you, Max. We'll see you soon.
See you tomorrow.
Yeah, see you tomorrow, man.
Maxie, have a great night.
Have a great
Morning.
night, Aubrey. Have a great morning.
You two get into the car, and Angela leans over to Max and goes, I know I wasn't supposed to give you the nickname Maxie. I'm sorry. Now they're going to be calling you that. I apologize, man.
It's fine.
I'm
It's
sorry.
fine.
You know,
fine.
come on.
It's fine. It's fine. I mean, it's shorter than saying Maximilian, so it's all right.
Yeah, but come on. I know who it's supposed to come from.
Yes, sure, but they're friends, friendly. It's fine. It's not said.
Speaking
It's
of
not
friends,
said.
do you really trust them?
That's a loaded question. If I had to put it in a list, I'd say I trust Keenan the most. He seems like a on the level fella. Then it's Thorn. They're they're they've lost a lot of humanity, and but they seem honest with that loss. So they're not villainous in their lack of humanity. And then it's Aubrey, a man who looks for attention in every room he's in on purpose. And well, knew a lot of boxers who did that too. Tried to seem like the
There were. Now
goofy
listen.
type, the ones who were overly confident, the ones who wanted to be the showstopper.
Mm-hmm.
But we always know that those ones are the ones who are quite dangerous when they're in the right situation.
They can be dangerous at the same time. Those are the ones who stand the tallest and boast the mouth. They have those glass ankles that we've seen. One little trip and they come crashing down.
Oh, that's what they're hoping you see. Then they
Oh,
smack you
Max,
down.
how long have I been in the game, my friend?
Yeah.
How
You
long have
change.
I been in the game?
Yeah, but new tricks are always made, even the old dogs.
One gangrel to the other. Now listen. You may put Thorn as your number 2. I don't trust him.
He's very hungry for information.
Too hungry.
Too hungry.
And when that cup overflows, who's there to catch it?
Well,
You ready to get dirty?
I mean, I've gotten dirty before. And if I'm supposed to be working with these fellas, then I got to make sure that not only are they on their best behavior, but if they're not, that I can make it as least messy as possible. That's what a good leader is. If they're going to get messy, you got to get messy along with them.
All right. I'm not going to say anything further. You know where I stand. You know how I see things. You know how to contact me.
Of course, I'm not scared. It shocked me that they
Hmm.
seemed shocked that we had a good relationship. Is that common?
No, not at all. Most sires and their child, they don't get along well at all.
That seems weird to me.
You know what? I just like to break the cycle every once in a while. Before this continues on, I gotta get out of here before I get toasted.
Yeah, you know,
Sun is rising soon.
sun is rising soon. I want to keep you.
Max, it's always a pleasure, my child.
Always a pleasure.
Gents, and he waves to the your watchman and heads out. Thorn, you are now in the sewers. Just like any other sewer in any other city you've been in. It is dank, it is humid, it is putrid. Where are you headed?
He steps aside for a few rats that go down the tunnel, and he inclines his head towards them. Almost as if maybe they belong to somebody. He's not sure. He can't know.
Mhm.
He goes straight for... I'm not sure if I could say, but he'll go straight towards for Cameron and his lair.
Okay. From where you are, with all the twists and turns and having to squeeze through smaller tunnels and whatnot, it takes about 20 minutes to get there. but it opens up into the small underground village of the Nosferatu. The poorly constructed shacks from brick and bracken rambles and just things that are floating downstream, we'll say. Several of the kindred there, the Nos, they look at you, they pay you no attention. Others nod in your direction. Some just others they hear people addressing you in certain ways and they just turn their shoulder. It is a multitude of different uh, looking Nosferatu. Some have a classic white skin, buck teeth, bald head Nosferatu look. Others have that very definitive, almost bat face. Others are fairly good looking people, but with large deformities to their face and their hands and the rest of their body. Every walk of a Nosferatu is down here. And as you make your way through this small village, you finally make your way over to your intended host.
Cameron, good evening.
Oh, well, Thorn. How are you, Thorn?
As always, I have something to report.
I'm surprised you came back so quickly after our last communication we had.
Well, Nosferatu must stick together.
Do we, though? Get inside before someone hears you. And he pushes open the front door to his home.
And he enters.
He closes the door behind you, puts a few more wood planks over this opening the door. Well, what do you have for me?
The prince sent me and the others to the bayou, where we met with the Octena tribe leader, Juliana. Without the prince, the seer, when we got there, the Garu stated that they were leaving, all of them, every single one of them. They were fleeing Louisiana. They were fleeing New Orleans, the bayou, all the wilderness. They were leaving, like rats running in one direction. And they said that they were leaving because something else was coming, something that was there before. I don't know what that is. I don't know why the prince sent us instead of himself. He must know something, obviously.
It's very interesting indeed. Now, you met with the dogs of the swamps, and they said they're leaving. Our ears have not heard any whispers of comings and goings within the bayou. We haven't heard anything of a previous tenant of such areas.
So I'm still,
Very interesting indeed.
of use to you.
Oh, you think I didn't know that you already went there?
The skulkers?
They don't work for me, Thorn. You know that. I have eyes and ears almost everywhere. And as he says that, he leans down and picks up one of his little rats that just so happened to be crawling around on the floor. And he strokes it gently with one long, spidery finger.
When we went back to the prince's, he didn't seem surprised at all. In fact, he seemed as if he couldn't care less. There was a person, a ghoul. He was guiding us. But he was split clean in half when we came back to his shack. Clean in half. As if he were made of butter.
I do know that these wolves have a very fondness to a certain weapon called a glaive. Quite
They're
large knife. Sharp as your own fang. Can cleave a man in two if someone is strong enough. Without any trace of incision, except for when you move their body.
And who are the owners of this glaive? What man of creature?
I just said the wolves, these werewolves, the Garou, they make these horrid weapons and they use them as their fetishes and they put powers into them that can desecrate more than you can imagine.
So the Octena tribe was sending a little farewell gift to the prince.
I do not want to speculate or make assumptions. I deal in truths, Thorn. And the truth is, if the werewolves are leaving, we have more room to play. Whoever's coming into this territory, well, I'm sure the prince has something special for them. Now, if you do not mind, I have a few meetings left before this evening is through. I will call upon you when you're needed.
Pleasures always for your hospitality.
Night Thorn. Then
Good
he
night.
removes the plaques and opens the door for you.
And he leaves to go off to some desolate, dark, damp, filthy little corner to curl up and sleep.
All right. Jumping back into the car with Kiernan and Aubrey. Gentlemen, your car has started moving over to Kiernan's home. What are you two discussing, or are you silent on the way there?
I'm showing off the small waters and snacks inside the car.
I
Any of
fucking
these?
knew it. Bless up. He just takes a little water and just. Can I just take this home with me?
Absolutely. If you've got company, it's nice to have these. Offer them.
Hell yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that. Also quick, I don't want to dwell on it, but I do want to apologize. I apologize to Thorn, but I didn't apologize to you. The words I said were on the cusp of anger, and I saw how they impacted you. I'm sorry. You were right. We are becoming quick friends, and I think that's apparent. And I'm sorry.
It's not entirely your fault. It's sometimes in my nature to overstep. Being provocative, it comes with all this. And if I ever make you again feel like my words are just a show, it's okay to call me on it.
I will trust that, but
Oh, yes, you're quite forward.
the way I acted was not warranted. And I was quite apparently coming off of my anger at the situation with Thorn, and that should not have been taken out on you. So,
For what it's worth, that means a lot.
doesn't make sense to make enemies of the people we walk through undeath with. You all truly, despite our affliction, have only done right by me. Even in the depths of my mind, I understand why Thorn did what he did. He was trying to prove a point that he believed in.
Mate, we're all just trying to get through it the only way we know how. Thorn's way is different. Mine's different.
Oh, no.
Yours is
We lost Robin.
different.
Yep, just a moment. Just a moment. Robin's gone bye-bye. Just a second.
Gonna hold on. I'm half Thorn. She's back.
You know Thorn's back.
I am the storyteller.
Thorn's back.
I'm in charge of the show.
Thorn's back.
No.
Thorn's really, really back. Hi, Thorn.
It was the rats.
The rats.
The rats. The
The
rats.
rats.
We're
We're
the
the rats. Sorry, you were saying?
So, my friend, we all have our way of getting through it. And yours is to beat yourself up, and it's not an easy path you've chosen.
That's the thing. I did not choose this.
You didn't choose the life, but you're choosing every day after it. How you spend it. That's the hand you're dealt. You can get down about it every single day. But it's still going to be the hand you're dealt. And eventually, you got to decide if you're going to play those cards or not.
That is deceptively wise of you.
Don't tell anybody. I hate to raise expectation.
You're allowed to be yourself. You don't have to be. You're allowed to be.
Hey, who says I'm not a silly flirt with nothing in his head?
I'm sure that's part of you. From what I've seen, what you lashed at me with, that was you too. There's nothing wrong with that. The pain, the anger, the hurt that got you here. It's a part of you.
I tend to prefer to play my cards closer to the chest, my friend.
You're
So
allowed.
if you keep that to yourself, I'd appreciate it.
You kept me from killing Thorn. And you told me when I was being an asshole. I can do that.
You're starting to sound like a real friend. Hey, where are you headed after all?
Pick up a phone. St. Agnes.
Oh, well, it's that kind of trip.
Picking up what I need to survive.
Got a contract you can trust, or?
Oh, Steph's great. It was a really lucrative deal. Get about a week's worth or so and get to meet her daughter, Chelsea.
The gigolo thing. Boy, have I been there.
No, that's not what it is.
I'm sure she's a nice girl.
I have no fucking idea. We'll see.
I'd like to be a fly on the wall for that date. Hey, if I could set something up that, my name has a way of getting us into
I
places.
will honestly take you the fuck up on that. Yeah, honestly, because I don't think Chelsea and I are gonna go on more than one date, unless I got baggage. I understand that, and
Normally I'd say we all do, but I think in this exact case, your baggage requires its own plane.
we were this fucking close, Aubrey. I need you to understand that we were this close. That would be appreciated if it doesn't put you out.
It would be no trouble. It would be a pleasure.
All right.
I could get you a nice, They have a version of Nobu down here, sushi. We can get you a nice back room. We get that food infused with something more to your liking, so that you won't look
Hmm.
so awkward when you're avoiding eating.
I can have one meal a week.
All right.
So
I'll make sure it's a good one.
thank you. Appreciate that.
We'll say that the car has now arrived at Kiernan's studio.
Rest easy, friend.
Thanks. I will let you guys know. I'll just shoot you a text when I get back.
Right, real quick, Max, what are you doing for the rest of your evening? Are you training with your watchman? Or are you doing your own thing? Or are you working out some other things?
That's a good question. I think because this is the same night that we just got. This is the same night we just had.
Yeah, you had just gotten back from the swamps, maybe an hour ago.
Yeah, this is that same night. I think this. I think this time. I think for real that like Max is just like he's home now. He can finally be off guard.
Hmm.
He can finally just relax for a hot moment. I think.
Mhm.
I think he's just like he just sits down and like doesn't fall asleep on the couch, but like he's just like.
The weight of the evening has fallen upon you, and you're
Yes.
now that you're in relax mode,
Yeah.
it's hitting hard.
Yeah, it's hitting hard.
One of your watchmen is very aware of this change in attitude towards you and comes over. Hey, boss, you all
What's
right?
up?
Everything okay?
That's all good, Frankie. It's fine. I'm just dealing with a lot of work today for me. Lots of new information I was not expecting to get. I got.
Yeah. I mean, we saw those new faces that came in today. I mean, Angela even put on his fake accent for them, so that was we weren't ready for that. But
Yeah, probably gonna be seeing a lot more of them come by every now and then.
okay.
I have been promoted via the vampire community. It seems I am working with the prince on some things.
No way.
Yeah.
That's freaking awesome, man. Hey, congratulations,
Oh,
boss.
thank you.
Good
Thank
for
you.
you.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta take charge
It's
of what
about time you got some recognition. You
Ah.
worked too damn hard to make this community what it is.
Oh, I mean, yes, you're not wrong, but this is new shit. The community at large, like our community is good. The whole community, it could
Listen,
use some work.
he starts looking around and making sure the others don't hear him. You know that I would die for you. I almost did once,
I almost did once.
but you saved my life on more than one occasion by helping me out here in your gym. And I've dedicated my life. And if I ever do get turned, my unlife will be at your side. I have got your back, front, side, this whatever you need from me. And the rest of the guys. We're all here for you. But boss, listen, if you ever need something done during the daytime where you can't go out, just let me know. Let me help you out. You don't have to carry it all on your shoulders.
Thank you, Frankie. That means a lot. Honestly,
You got
it
it,
does.
boss. I'll let
I'm
you
I'm
sleep
glad
now.
you're here. I'm glad you're here to protect me just as much as I'm here to protect you.
Trust me. Reciprocated tenfold. Is there anything you need before you go to sleep, sir?
I'm yeah, I need you to look into something for me. I'm gonna have multiple
Got
people doing this, but I need you to look up someone for me.
okay. Yeah, he pulls out his smartphone and goes to the notes app.
I need you to look for information on a woman named Imogen. Is it Imogen Cole?
Imogen Cole. Okay, Imogen Cole. Imogen Cole. Woman. Imogen Cole. Okay. Do you know anything about her or
I know she's Well, I know Kiernan's clan is Bruja, right? So
Right.
she's Bruja, very elusive. I'm probably gonna contact let's see. I'm probably gonna contact Jasmine, Miss Fontaine.
Oh.
Maybe she's got some information on them. But
Ooh, okay.
if there are any daylight contacts you can think of.
I mean, if you're contacting Jasmine, I might as well go to the underground places that she usually frequents and see
Yeah,
if any of
tell
the
her
other.
tell her that because I know she likes to switch fucking burner phones faster than her hairstyle. So
Oh, sorry, I shouldn't laugh.
it's fine. No, it's fine. It's funny. Just make sure Jasmine knows I'm trying to get a hold of her.
Yes, sir. I'm on it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Rest well.
Thank you.
Okay.
Watch that right hook.
Yes, sir.
It's looking sloppy.
Aubrey, you've just dropped off Kiernan. What are you doing for the rest of your evening?
Heading back to the home provided by my sire for my stay here.
You're heading back to your sire. He's not in the city. I remember he directed you to go to.
Oh yeah, he has a safe house that he keeps here.
Okay, very good. All
Nice
right,
home in the Garden District.
very good. Okay, so you head
So,
there.
yeah,
Go ahead, please.
I can describe it simply. So,
Yes.
we're walking in, and it's in a nice community in the Garden District, very nice area. Little back garage where you can get out in the darkness. You head in and head up the first flight of stairs, and normally there's a doorman there greeting people inside this little home. And he looks like he's packing it up for the night. Um, I step past, he recognizes my face. I step into the home, beautiful, rich, dark cherry wood everywhere. Fixtures are black, deeply black. Uh, Beautiful satin cushions on couches. This is all an entertainment floor, all on the first floor. I'm stepping around, and most of the people are making their way out. It's different figureheads can be expected coming in and out of the music industry. This is a place that he allows people to come and go and make deals. Everybody's looking to get a score, whether it's the young musicians or the marketing execs looking to take advantage of them. It's a place where even when you're not fanged, you're a predator. And Aubrey will make his way past everyone, smiling to the faces that he's supposed to know as he makes his way up and towards the back of the house where there's a staircase. Right on his way up the staircase, he'll catch eyes with a beautiful woman sitting on a couch. She waited all night for him. The kind of, the kind of person that is necessary for someone who looks like they would be hungry in the middle of the night. They
Okay.
would lock they would lock eyes. He'd stare at her for a moment. She would instinctively stand, and most people would see if you saw Aubrey move through a crowd, it would look like water passing through stones, like it's just fluid. It's very, very comfortable, natural. Like this is his element. But when he's alone and nobody's there, it looks almost only a vampire would notice that it's instinctually predatory. The way like a snake glides over water, it's beautiful. You can't take your eyes off it, but it's dangerous. It's not something you want to see coming at you. Uh, and he makes his way over to his hand, instinctively taking hers, his arm around the waist, as he begins to lead her upstairs, taking her to his private room, a room that when once you open the door, you'd notice not accidentally, but the cherry wood extends into here, the kind of deep red that would match important tones. Uh, the room is almost entirely nothing like no complete absence of personal effects as it requires, even though he's been staying there now for a week or so. A spare bit of fan mail, on the desk, uh, candles, uh, no real natural light coming in, uh, lonely and illuminated, changed frequently. If you were to sit on the bed, would be the only time you might notice a personal effect, as the bed's kind of a little bit raised on one side, like somebody shoved something under the mattress. Uh,
Hmm.
He'd like sit down beside her and he'd lead her onto the bed where they sat beside one another, and he'd look her deep in the eyes and he'd say, "I found one."
You found one what?
Well, like you said, seek it out, and I found one. And this one seems knowledgeable. You said they are the eyes and the ears of every city they're in. Nobody watches them come and go. They could get away with anything and see everything. And I found one, Nosferatu. And this one seems exceptionally knowledgeable.
Well, I see that you've been working very hard, and I appreciate your due diligence. Tell me, how much longer do I have to wait?
I'm getting close. We're friends. I think that they like to share more information than they admit to keeping to themselves. I think that loose lips will sink ships.
Oh, they most certainly do. Well, Aubrey,
Victoria,
what else have you found for me?
the city it's in a state of turmoil. The Mad King is as mad as you said he was. Mad Prince, I should say. So, got a lot on his mind, and there's nothing left of it.
His mind has been addled for far too long, and I think that there should be a usurping for a new prince in this town. I, of course, don't want the seat. Too much responsibility. I don't like being in the light. But you, precious Aubrey, that might be something interesting that I would love to see happen someday. Would that make you happy? To be prince? To be the most important one in the city? To have command over hundreds?
Would it help me find her?
With great power comes much, much knowledge.
Damn it.
I ain't gonna say it. You kidding me?
Oh, fuck, I'm not muted.
Son of a bitch!
It will help me find her. It's what I want.
Well then, my dear, take it.
You keep showing me the path, and I'll keep walking it. If you promise in the end it leads me to her, I'll play my part.
Oh, you know that I don't do promises. There's too many variables involved in everything, but I will do my best to see it through. My prince.
The words like he's met a prince now. The words taste like ash and hollow in his mouth. It feels like somebody just pulled cold water down his back, and he straightens up, and the whole thing makes his stomach turn. The idea of using anybody that he has already started to care about, but he looks at her and he goes, "Your will be done."
And she extends her arm out, wrist upward for you.
Aubrey looks at her knowingly and allows himself to drink.
Right? The scene fades out there. Kiernan, you're in your studio.
Yes, sir.
You're collecting the painting you made for your parents, and
Yeah.
I'm sure have you wrapped it up, or
It's-
do you have a specific presentation for it that you'd like?
He regrettably makes it look kind of messy, as if it was found at another studio he frequented, a remnant of his living life. So he just kind of throws it in some newspaper and puts some twine around it. Nothing crazy. And then he gets in his car, drives to I imagine a bodega fairly close by,
Sure.
picks up like a $40 phone, puts in the SIM card,
Excuse me.
make sure it's on, plug it into the car, and then drive to St. Agnes.
No problem. You get all your equipment. Do you know the bodega owner very well? You have like a 5-minute conversation.
I'll say, yeah. It's very quick. He's just gonna like, hey, yeah, if I can drop my phone again, you know how it is.
He knows you to a T. He knows that you like to be cut, short, precise, and done. So he doesn't bother digging in anymore. And you have to say goodbye to the manager, though. So the cat gets a nice scratch before you leave. Everyone knows there's a bodega cat. You all know this.
He gives
That's a rule.
He gives little kisses, and then he goes.
Little kid.
Just a little. And then he leaves.
All right. You make it to St. Agnes. The whole from you leaving with Aubrey to getting to St. Agnes doesn't take very long because you know you're in a rush. You know sun is up soon.
Mm-hmm.
You go to the back entrance where you typically make this adventure often to get your supply. And you make it into the morgue where you were instructed to wait. One of the attendees down there sees you with this large item. He leans over and goes, "Are you that Kieran guy?
Yeah.
I'm supposed to wait for you, so here you is. I'm going to take that picture and we're going to call your friend."
Okay.
He slowly grabs it and puts it on a gurney right next to a deceased person. Unceremoniously drops it onto the gurney. And then reaches over, picks up one of the phones, just starts dialing. "Yeah, your friend, he's here." "Oh, well, I'm not going to collect it. You need to." All right. I'll send him your way. Here, and she wants you to go up and meet with her.
This is out of the norm, isn't it?
This is you haven't seen me, I haven't seen you. This is just another day in my books.
Who are you on the phone with?
Stephanie.
Okay. Don't drop that again. Delicate.
But the phone? Yeah, I
No,
know the
not
phone's
the
delicate.
phone.
They ain't changed these in 20 years.
The big thing I just handed you, my friend.
Oh,
Careful with it. Are you going to be the one dropping it off?
no.
Who's doing that?
I think Stephanie's boyfriend's supposed to be doing that. I don't know. I was just told to collect it.
Thank you. He'll begin to walk upstairs.
All right. You make your way through the back stairwell over to the nursing station where Stephanie is located on like the 3rd floor. And you bump into her, and as soon as you walk out, you see her and one other nursing attendant turn their head sharply to the opening door. And she goes, "Baby, you've made it."
Hi, Steph.
"Hi, sweetheart. How are you?"
Good-ish.
This is the one I was telling you about, isn't he? Look at that face. How could you not, right? How could you not?
Hi there. Who's dropping off my thing?
Oh, I was gonna have Paul do it tonight.
Okay. Paul is not the man who met me downstairs?
Oh, no, that's Frank.
Okay.
I wouldn't trust Frank with much more than collecting an item.
Yeah, you shouldn't do that next time. Just
Oh, I'm sorry, baby. I promise you I won't do that ever again.
It's fine. It's not. Hey, that's not your fault.
I will have some words with him, and you know how I am with my words.
I think if you give him words, they will fall out the opposite side of his head. I don't think it's worth it, Steph.
Well, if the words won't hit, maybe the backside of my ring hand will.
Oh my God, Stephanie, you have a good job.
I like you, okay? You know that I'm going to protect my baby.
And I like you. You have a good job. You have benefits.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to waste that on Frank, huh? No. Me, I'm good. I'm fine. I'm okay.
We'll be right back, all right? You just sit tight, all right, honey? Now come with me. Let's go, baby. And
Okay.
she stands up from the nurse's station and
He offers an
wraps her
elbow.
arms.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
Yep, she wraps up into your
yeah.
arm, and she starts heading down the hall. And then makes a quick dart into one of these side rooms once she is out of sight of the nurse's station and any other attendants that are in the hallway. Within, you see that there is a small freezer that she unlocks, and there is a large amount of blood bags in there. Now, how are you going to transport these home?
I imagine he brought a backpack, something that he can just
Sure.
quickly kind of put them into.
Sure.
So he does that, and he will sort of pull out a pocket clip, but pull out $200. I'm still gonna take Stephanie out. Stephanie, you're Stephanie.
Baby.
Chelsea.
Baby. You
Take.
don't need to give me the money. Come on now. It's quite all right.
Times
You're taking
are-
my girl out.
Times are hard for everybody.
Times are hard for
And
Chelsea. She needs a nice boy like you.
And
That's all
I'm gonna take her out to sushi. We're gonna have a nice chat, and it's gonna be great, Stephanie. I promise you that. Okay.
Oh, I have no doubt in my mind, sweetheart. She pinches your cheek. She goes, "Let me see your phone." She starts tapping it. There you go.
Okay.
She's expecting a call. Of course, she's not going to know your number, but she'll just be picking up any call that she gets right now. So, whenever you're ready, no push, but I did tell her that a gentleman caller would be calling.
A gentleman caller. That's not me, sweetheart.
What do you mean?
I'm kidding.
You little bastard. I love it. All right. Get the hell out of here. Get out of here before I
He
get in
grabs the
trouble.
back of her hand and drops the 200, folds her fingers closed, and leaves. See you soon, Seth.
She whispers, "You son of a bitch," and just pockets it. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. What else do you want to do for this
As he's
evening?
leaving, he'll just fucking call Chelsea, I guess. Just to get it out of the
Oh,
way as
okay.
he gets into
Yeah.
his car.
Sure. You get into the car, you give Chelsea a call. Rings a few times, then, hello?
Hi, is this Chelsea?
Who's calling?
Your mom, Stephanie.
Whoa, hey.
No,
what?
listen. Your mother informed you that a gentleman caller would be reaching out sooner than later.
Yes. Hi. You must be Kieran, correct?
Yes, ma'am. I'm Kieran. It's good to meet you.
Don't you dare call me ma'am. We are
Sorry.
not. You do not know me like that. You can just call me Chelsea. You can call me Chelsea if you want, but do not call me ma'am.
Chelsea, I apologize. I would enjoy it if you would accompany me to dinner this Friday.
Why do you sound very forced like the Beast right now when he's trying to get Belle to come out of the room?
I resent that comparison.
Did I hit a mark?
Okay, Chelsea, I don't know what the fuck I did to you. Do you want to go to dinner or not? Your mom's a really nice lady, and she said that it would be fun.
It will be fun. I just like to tease a little. If you can't handle a little bit of teasing, Kieran, oh goodness. This is going to be interesting. Sure, love. Where are we going? When's it happening?
Gives her the information that I imagine Aubrey has given him. We'll do that. I'll pick you up at this time, and that'll be that. Cool, Chels? Is that cool, Chels?
I look forward to Kearney.
Great. See you then.
Goodbye.
Click. Fucking Chelsea. God damn it.
Fucking Kearney, for real?
Starts driving back.
Holy shit.
All right, we'll say that everyone has now gotten back to their respite for the night, and we're going to take a 15-minute break right there.
Break time.
So we'll see you all in 15.
Bye.
Bye. Welcome back. For those of you who are just joining us, welcome to Darkness Over New Orleans, a Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle. If you are still with us from earlier, thank you for staying, and we hope that you were hydrated and took a little snack time
Took a
during the
little
break.
nappy.
Little nappy, snacky, nappy. Let's continue off from where we just left off. Kindred, please give me a rouse check for you to wake up the next morning. 1 blood die, please.
That's a critical success, baby.
Oh, beautiful.
Success.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
A failure.
A failure. Okay, you take 1 hunger.
Yes.
Everyone else is fine.
Yep.
As you all get up for the next evening, do your regular routines to have yourselves prepared for the evening. Did you guys make a note as to where to meet each other, or were you all just planning on going to Jeffrey's tea house at 9:30 and 9 o'clock?
I think
you were
that
supposed to meet.
I think the
That
plan
was
was just to meet there, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Perfect. So we'll say that the evening starts off with you all coming from different locations of the city and meeting on the street outside of Jeffrey's. Jeffrey's Tea Shop is it looks like it's geared towards highbrow class. The window pane is very delicately etched with that fine white filigree looking on the outside, having sharp, not sharp, rounded images of the leafing that you would find inside of a Victorian home. The door itself is a beautiful deep blue with a wonderfully antique brass doorknob and a old school keyhole that looks like it'd fit a very large brass key. The wording on the outside simply says tea in very elegant font. There's no numbers to the outside. There's no mailbox to the outside. Looking in, you can see that there are about 20 tables, each one of them with a very sharp white tablecloth. Each one of them has a tea kettle, teapot, excuse me, with different shapes, sizes, patterns on it. Each table has 2 or 4 seats, no more. And in the back, you see just one door that has a see-through, a peekaboo window, very low on the door. On the front panel of the window, you see there is a sign that says "Close for private engagement." Once again, players, the stage is yours.
Morning, guys.
Evening.
Evening.
Max, how are you feeling?
I mean, stress is stress from last night still a little fresh on my mind, but I'm fine, all things considered. How you doing?
I slept like a baby.
That's good to know. That's good to hear. How about everybody else? How's everybody else feeling?
Aubrey?
Wonderful as always.
That's good. How you feeling, Kieran?
Yeah, pretty good. I have a date on Friday.
You have a date.
I don't think it's gonna go well.
Oh,
Give yourself a little bit more credit than that.
I don't think I'm physically capable.
Oh, you look capable. Physically.
you walked right into that.
Yeah,
Come on.
I
Come
said
on
it
now.
and then I was really kicking myself in the ass. He'll walk over to Max, pull out a flask. Need any of this? You good?
Yeah, good. You
Go,
know what?
go for it.
No,
Go
I'll
for
take
it.
one.
Go for it.
I'll take one. Thanks.
So, Max, when you drink, because it's old blood, it's packaged blood,
Mm-hmm.
it tastes a little bit off.
Mm-hmm.
It does not cure any of your hunger. It does not slacken your hunger. It's just you're just drinking for the sake of drinking right now. It's not doing it for you.
Gotcha.
But you appreciate it all the same.
Yeah. So he'll take a swig, take a second, like clap Kieran on the shoulder twice. It's a good pick me up. I'm gonna need it. And then like you can feel that like he's been in that lax, like when the aura that you had when he was in the gym, but you can feel that like fortress starting to come up
Yeah.
of like, all right, business time. It's time to work. Coming up as he like shakes his head. He's like, all right, shall we? I mean, they got it all prettied up for us. Might as well not want to be late or off time by 1 minute. And
yeah, let's do that. He'll just sort of look at Max again. If you need to take it easy, I got your back.
I mean, we're just talking to a tea guy.
Just in case. A lot of things we thought was one thing and ended up being a whole nother fucking mess.
Yeah, so
just doing my diligence as a friend.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. I'll let you know.
Yeah, okay. He'll look at Thorn and Aubrey. Ready?
Yeah. Onward and upward.
Start moving in, I guess.
And Max will not, because it's just like, I'm not gonna say it's locked or anything, but he's just gonna knock on the window or the door or glass, whatever.
You knock on the door, and for those of you who are standing outside looking at the back of the back room of through the glass, you'll see Jeffrey coming through. A reminder, Jeffrey is a little person standing just under 4 feet tall. He is bald-headed, a tight, neat beard, dressed very elegantly, a three-piece suit. And he actually looks like he's got a good frame to him, even though he's a smaller stature. He looks like he is just very well built. He sees you all through the glass, smiles, nods, and makes his way forward. Locks the door. Welcome, my friends. Please come in. Come in. It's good to see you all.
Good to be seen, Jeffrey.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you, sir.
Of course, please. Thank you for joining me. And he shuts the door and locks it behind you. Please take a seat anywhere you like. I'll be with you in just a moment.
Thank you.
Kieran will stand and just like survey the room as everybody kind of sits down.
Max will take a seat.
Definitely takes a seat.
Okay. So as you guys are taking your seats and whatnot, Jeffrey walks over and undoes the tied off dark curtains and closes them off for the front entrance window so that no one can see in and you cannot see out. He then walks very effortlessly between the tables, pushing things in. Everything has to be right. Everything has to be neat. Adjusting some utensils that are there, fixing a teacup here, moving a napkin there. And looking at you all, he then says, I understand that Angelo, your sire, Maximilian, has said you have some questions for me. You would like some answers. You would like some knowledge.
Max just like leans forward, hands, fingers locked in. We were just generally curious if you have heard of any recent Garou activity happening in our lovely, lovely city.
Inside of the city.
Well, not inside. Well, maybe. Any information is good information at this point, but just information of the outskirts and movements of any kind?
Well, I can tell you this for free.
Mm.
The treaty between our kind and their kind was always paper thin. There has been a blood feud for, well, since the two of our kinds ever was. Now, we know that our city, our lovely, dark city, is not too far from water. Hell, you throw a stone in any direction, you'll probably land it in a river, a creek, the bayou.
Very true.
Alongside that, you have the swamps, you have the nearby forest, you have brush, you have the outskirts, all of which home to the wilds.
Mm.
You know that we all love the city. The outside is not much not much fun for our kind on our own, as I'm
Mm.
sure you are well aware now after your little meeting.
Yep.
I'm sorry, you said the water, the swamps, the surrounding waters, they hold the wilds. It's a very interesting thing to say. What
And why is
wilds
that?
what wilds do the waters hold?
No, no, the wilds meaning anything outside of the city. I don't know what wilds could be in the water. I know that there are sharks and those things are disgusting, but
Well, have you heard of any movement away from the city? Large packs of away from the city. That kind of.
this is news to me. I don't know of anything leaving the city, or excuse me, moving away from the city. What do you know? And he toughs up his vest and holds onto it tightly, shifts himself a little bit, and then leans in just a bit. You can definitely see his interest is extremely piqued.
Before we speak, I must ask, is this shop of yours soundproof? Can people hear us? Can we speak somewhere that isn't so open?
You think my place of business is bugged?
Is it?
Not to my knowledge. Does one know they're being bugged?
Sometimes.
They're trying to set a trap.
A bug,
But
a rat, a bat, something that can get in.
Well, we
Listen
had the
in.
the pest control was here just 2 days ago. There's nothing of that nature in my business.
Obviously, the prince has not told you anything yet concerning the treaty renewal.
Why would the prince tell me anything about that? That is not my area of interest, nor should it be. That is his dealings. Except for now, if I understand correctly, that was your job the other night.
it was. And since we're playing information for information, why don't we continue that? We tell you something, you tell us something.
I'll play along,
Oh, it's good.
but let it be known that some information is worth far more.
Mm.
So, we can continue, but if we tiptoe into that delicate situation of bargaining, we'll call it,
Mhm.
we'll have another conversation alongside there, shall we?
Here's your starter. The Goro are leaving.
I figured as much with what you were saying.
No, I mean all of them are leaving.
All of them are leaving where?
We don't know. Leaving New Orleans, leaving Louisiana. Where to? No clue.
They're leaving all of Louisiana.
Well, they're leaving New Orleans. And all I
Hmm.
care about is New Orleans.
To maybe sweeten that pot for you, they indicated that that land was going back to its rightful owners, its rightful masters, I believe is the language they used. And nobody seems to know who the fuck they're talking about.
Rightful masters of what?
The land, I'm assuming.
Land.
And he puts his hands behind his back, palm in palm, and starts walking.
Bless you.
Sorry.
Oh, you're good.
Starts walking up and down the length of the bar that's there, running his finger alongside the backs of every chair. Rightful masters. The ones from before.
I mean,
Someone that the guru, these filthy mongrels, are so easy to cow to and
Some would say there was the Sharks.
say again.
Sharks, filthy creatures. So the price of information being what it is, I think we've given you a lot of information. We're looking for payment in kind.
Well, what would you like to know? I'm just going to mull this thought over of
Do
this
you
original
know-
master. I'm not sure who that might be, but please ask your questions while I let that sit a little bit and simmer.
I mean, would you know of anybody who would know of why or what the guru reveres so obediently? I mean, these are mangy creatures, as you've said. Who will they follow to such a degree to just obey and leave? No questions asked, no war, no fight.
The only people that I could think of who would know this, and I am damn jealous of them for it, would be the triplets.
Triplets.
Yes, the Groulon sisters. The eldest, just by a few minutes, of course,
Oh,
Lily, has a vast library under her home.
Where could we find these sisters?
They're over by the old part, Old Town.
And what clan do they hail from?
That is not my place to tell you.
But you know.
And you know how rude it is to blatantly ask one kindred, their own clan, but to ask the clan of someone else is just touchy.
If I may, there's been a lot of bullshit veiled as kindness and politeness since we've taken on our recent position. We're just looking to know what we're walking into. The city is what matters.
City is what matters. This is our home. Just as you mentioned, we need to keep our homes safe. We need to make sure that we are all well taken care of. That being said, of course, I still refuse to give information like that. There
That's
are
fine.
some rules that even I won't break. I will tell you this, though. The three sisters, Aleda, Sonia, and Isabella, they control Uptown and Carlton, respectively, divided into three parts. The
If we
one
were to
that you
see
want
them,
to speak with is Aleda. She goes by Lily as well. She is the one with the library. She has tomes of old. She has scrolls dating back to before this was a city.
well, if we were to visit this lovely Lily, would we have to bring anything? Tribute, pay a price, smile perhaps.
Of the three, she's the most humane.
Hmm.
Bring what you would think is most appropriate when you are coming into someone else's territory. I would, of course, warn you to get permission to be within their territory. The triplets defend their ground with tooth and claw.
And how would we go about doing that?
A simple request from the sheriff.
Speaking of lost and found items, if I was looking for something misplaced or otherwise, would you be the good guy to go to find it?
What terms of lost and found?
Someone misplaced the sheriff, and I was looking for maybe the last one.
I can tell you this. The last sheriff was a good man,
I've heard that many times.
but a better kindred. He didn't let the beast control him. He didn't let his humanity control him. He let the right thing control him. He did what was best for our kindred community. He did what was best for him at times, but he would never, never put himself over anyone else. If he was given a task that he thought it was not right, he would fight it. His disappearance has had a rippling effect throughout the city. You're not the only ones looking for him. He and I were friends. Close friends, as a matter of fact.
If any other information crosses your desk that would help you get him back, let us know.
I've hired some private investigators. They are both kindred and mortal alike. And they are searching high and low and trying to find out whatever we can about the situation at hand.
Do you
Private
believe
investigators. Go ahead.
do you believe that the current sheriff could be possibly behind any of this?
He looks over his shoulders, making sure that the curtains are drawn, that the door was shut properly. I don't trust that man at all. Between
Yes,
him and the prince, there is something going on between the two of them. I'm not fond of it.
I agree. Social climbers are one of the lowest forms of creatures.
Oh, I have no problem with social climbers. I have a problem with those who will do whatever they want just for themselves. I hate selfish people.
Couldn't
Selfish
agree more.
people tend to make fun of and belittle others. Now, Go ahead, I'm sorry. I can see you have a question at the tip of your tongue.
No, I was just commiserating. Jock's a dick.
Indeed.
Sorry.
Indeed.
Well, since you're here at the tea shop, might as well have a bit to drink, shall we?
Hey, Cardi.
Players, please open your gifts.
Oh my God! Just for y'all, our dear, lovely storyteller, Dylan, got us.
Send us some
What?
stuff.
Send us some stuff. Send us some gifts.
Kiernan, that's my
Immersive play.
Max, it's my name.
Why did you have
Unfortunately,
to wrap it so good?
I know.
Florida's in a
So
bit
it
of a
didn't
hurricane right
break.
now, so
Yeah,
it didn't show up yet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, Bubby.
This really is rap good. This really is rap good.
Hell
Holy shit.
yeah.
Let's see
Oh, this
here.
is so good. What the fuck?
Let's see here. Let's see.
Oh, this is so rad.
Super cool.
I love this.
I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get. Ooh!
Hey, before we leave, Aubrey's gonna get the names of those private investigators.
Okay.
Ooh, look at that. Look at that. That's good shit.
It does still look so dainty and delightful in my big hang.
Truly, looks great. And
So,
I've got two now. Look at that.
Yeah.
I got two different
Yeah,
kinds
boy.
of two glasses.
Robin, I would watch that first.
Nah.
All right.
It's
It
more
doesn't fit the aesthetic.
She's
Gotcha.
already drinking out of it.
That's commitment to the
Hey,
bit.
I hand washed them when I first got them, but they went through the USPS, so I wouldn't.
USPS and good old fashioned American newspaper.
baby. Thank you
Love
so
to
much,
see it.
Dylan.
Thank
Of course,
you so
enjoy,
much.
my
Like-
friends. Enjoy.
It's like Dylan in ink.
So Jeffrey goes behind the bar and pulls out this platter of 4 glasses. They are not tea glasses whatsoever. They are small, handheld glasses that you are holding right now. Half of it, there's a face. Half of the face is gold leafed of a Buddha. The other half is of a demon. He hands each one of you the glass and says, "Anytime I have a sit down with a fellow kindred, we always drink from these cups. There's a meaning behind these. You are that face from which you drink from. You are that demon on one side. And the other side represents your humanity. The beast fights within you. That is your demon side. The Buddha on the other side is your humanity. The yin and yang. How you both interact with yourself. That's on you. Which side will you drink from? Which side drinks from you? I wish for you all to keep these and think about my words and who you are every night when you look at this glass. You don't need to drink from it every night, but I do ask you, take a moment to look at the glass and reflect upon yourselves. Now, I have fresh in the back. Are you thirsty, my friends?
I'll take some.
Kieran will pop his flask and just pour it in the glass. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
If we're going to be talking to our dear sheriff, I'm going to definitely need it.
Um,
Oh, I hated
Jeffrey-
I hated that. I fucking hated that. What the fuck?
Jeffrey then walks to the back and welcomes the three that do not have a flask to join him.
Oh, welcome back.
Aubrey and Thorn.
Oh, I'm following.
Okay.
Absolutely following.
Okay. In the back, you see sitting in a chair is a body just at the very, very last breaths of life. This man has a business suit on. He's about 6 foot tall, but lanky. His hair is greased over. His beard and mustache trimmed, a soft fade for his haircut. He has a Rolex in one wrist and a gold chain on the other. 4 fat gold rings with gemstones sits on each one of his fingers. His face bruised, battered, beaten. A cut across his nose, an eye swollen shut, lip busted. His clothes a bit messy. Once Jeffrey starts making his way closer, the man responds in horror. Pushing himself back in the chair, a loud screech as the chair legs scratch across the linoleum floor. The man whimpers, putting his hands out to defend himself. Jeffrey turns, looks at you all. His eyes are black. I welcome you to fill your cups. He turns back on the man, and you hear a hiss. As Jeffrey opens his mouth, his fangs elongate, and he pounces on the man.
Thorn immediately rushes to the other side of his artery and latches on hungrily and animalistically.
Um,
I think
Max.
it's instinctual. So go ahead. Max.
No, go.
Instinctually, Aubrey looks for Kiernan. And he's seen how he's reacted to blood before. He's seen the hunger. He is well aware that his friend doesn't drink the same way everybody else does. And trying to get his attention, he steps back towards the doors to exit. Hey, Kiernan, can I have a word?
Yeah.
Before we have this interaction, let's
Mhm.
finish the
course.
what's going on back there. So, Max,
I think this is the first time Max has been a little hungrier than usual, and I think he just because him and his beast are different
yes.
than the other threes. So I think it's just that internal monologue that he's having with that beast for a hot minute as he's watching these two devour this man. He's like, not ideal, but it'll have to do. Phil, shut up, you're barking. I have more barking to listen to later. So. At least it looks like he put up a good fight. And he'll wait for an open spot.
There's arms available, so you'll have space to go.
Yeah.
Thorn will pull back, licking his lips, and his hand is going down his tie, and it wraps around his fist. And he beckons Max to come.
All right. I don't need all the theatrics. He snaps his fingers and just goes for a wrist.
Hey.
Just
Right.
to quiet that.
Yeah,
beast.
sure.
That fucker does not know when to shut up.
All right, now that we have the two in the back are feeding, we can now go back to Kieran and Aubrey, please.
What's up?
We make our way back up to the tee, and I sit down, I look at him. Hey, have a seat.
Sits. What's up? You done already?
So, are you excited for the date? How'd the conversation go?
What is this about, Aubrey?
I didn't like the show. Thought I'd change the station.
Why?
Why what?
You eat the same way they do.
In public? No. Around others? No.
You okay?
I've been better.
Why?
I haven't heard at all about that phone call yet. Excitement for the date, my friend.
Aubrey, it's a favor to a good woman. A woman that's been far kinder to me than I deserve. It'll be fine.
Humanity is a great thing, and this is a chance for you to keep the peace. I
Hey,
say we make it a thing. It's gonna be a great time.
he just puts his hands on Aubrey's shoulders. You do not have to be okay, Aubrey. Trust me, the way that I grapple with the thing inside of me, the beast, I understand that there's going to be a lot of time where I'm not okay. You're allowed the same grace. If you need to talk, if you got something on your mind that's weighing on you, this is a time and place to talk about it. Because the bravado is one thing, but I see you're hurting. That much is apparent.
Not everybody wants power to have power over others. Not everybody wants to be. Not everyone in charge is a bad person. I need you to tell me that. I need to hear those words. I need someone to tell me. Not everybody seeks power to abuse people.
I know for a fact that not everybody does, but it looks like you're looking for an excuse for somebody else. I don't know this person, Aubrey. I can't vouch for them unless you tell me about them. The
I wasn't a
thing,
good human. I was incomplete. A lot was missing. A child, hungry, streets of New York. No mother. Saw her on the face of every single person who passed. I tried to make every single person who gave me a single bit of care a parental figure I've been missing. And I'm fucking doing that with my own life.
Aubrey, no one's gonna make you whole. No one. Okay? If you have somebody who's telling you they can do that, they're lying to you. Because they can use you. What I'm saying here not everybody looking for power is bad, but if power is the first thing on someone's mind, that is where I am given pause. Are you in trouble?
Not yet. Not completely.
He leans forward, his elbows on his knees, maintaining eye line, or just creating that eye line there for Aubrey. You've seen the lengths that I will go to for people that matter to me. You've seen that same shit happen with Thorn and Max. You're not a puppet. You're not a rock star for somebody to prop up. Despite your vampirism, you're a person. One with your own agency. One with your own ability to choose.
I can't pretend anymore. I can't hide. Every single person that I know is a vampire with any weight under their belt is hurting people. I don't mean biting people. I don't mean feeding. I mean hurting people.
Yeah.
And I don't want to hurt people.
Tell me who they are. And maybe the three of us can help. I've never been a part of a coterie before. This is brand new.
Can't be all this messed up, I swear.
Aubrey, if you're afraid someone is putting you in a position to do wrong, something against the morals that you build for yourself, no one can do that for you. Know that you can tell me. You don't have to tell me anything. But if you're in trouble, know that I will go to the ends of the earth to make sure my friend is safe. Okay?
I need you. That phone goes both ways. I'll make the call. I'm not willing to trade you guys. I'd throw it all away. I don't have anything I want. But I'm not willing to trade you guys.
Then tell me how to help.
You ever dig so deep in a hole that they just hand you a shovel and say, how can I help? I'm not sure that digging is the solution anymore. And I don't see a ladder.
Doesn't have to be a ladder. We can find a way to tread water. If like I said, you don't have to tell me anything. But you deserve to be heard. And you deserve to be supported by the people you choose to surround yourself with.
How'd you let go? How did you just allow yourself to die and just let go of your mother? How'd you let go of that human part of you?
I'm still grappling with that.
You got that answer. I'm right here. Because I'm looking for one.
That moment was the moment I was turned. It was confusion. It was elation. It was ecstasy. I heard the words of somebody I adored. And I believed them. And then they asked me a question. Do you want to make this world a beautiful one? And I said yes. The next thing I know, I woke up. I was alone. Bleeding in a park. I'm understanding that she did that for her, not for me. I get to choose what I do with it. I'm gonna pat him on the shoulder again. When you feel comfortable, you feel safe. Here.
We're talking, aren't we?
No, you can keep doing that.
Thanks for being a ladder. No, if you excuse me, I think I need a bite to eat.
Go for it.
So Aubrey's going to make his way back into the other room. He's going to see them feeding and whatever's left. What's the mental state of this guy right now? Terror.
On the verge of, he's on the verge of death's door, but you can see abject fear in his one good eye and his busted jaw open.
So he's going to kneel down beside them. Everybody's feeding, and he's going to turn the guy's face to face him, and he's going to try and mesmerize.
Gonna try and mesmerize who? The guy?
Yeah.
Okay. You have to roll against his.
Isn't it automatic for humans?
I think there's still. I need to just double check to make sure it has to be a willing recipient or. So I think last week we had this same discussion. I could be wrong though. Just give me this moment. And I know you also have that additional.
Yeah, the
Excuse
additional
me.
subterfuge ability.
Yeah. 5, 6. Mesmerize. No roll is required against an unprepared mortal victim. Okay. Yep. No problem. So he's not prepared for this. He thinks you're just gonna chomp on him. So
Looks
by all
him
means, go
straight in
ahead.
his one good eye.
Mm-hmm.
Aubrey's deep blue hues taking him in. A tear runs down his cheek, and he brushes it away. And he tells him words that only the man can hear, incomplete, like the world shuts out around him. And in this moment, he tells him, "Don't cry. This is going to feel like the best night of your entire life. You've never been happier." He closes the man's eyes and he leans in and sinks his fangs into the man's neck and draws, hopefully, what is the last man's breath.
It definitely is. But as you say that to him, you can feel all three of you who are attached to him can feel his body loosen and relax just ever so slightly before it goes to complete lifeless and airy when the last drop of vitae is taken from him. Jeffrey pulls out his pocket square and dabs the corners of his mouth. Oh, that was a lovely little snack. I hope you enjoyed yourselves and have had your fill.
You are most generous, Mr. Jeffrey.
Oh,
Most
please,
generous.
just Jeffrey.
Jeffrey. I thank you.
Thank you
For the information and the meal.
Yes. Much appreciated. We'll keep this. Very kind
Of course, they are yours.
Do you mind? And he bends down to start taking off the Rolex and the rings. He's like, "I know a few alleys that these could get scattered in if you don't mind."
And as a matter of fact, that is now my property. This is my hunt, and
I'll leave it for you.
Thank you very kindly. I'm glad you see things the correct way.
Aubrey, and he places his gnarled hand on him. What did we about stealing little trinkets, pretty boy?
Stealing
him
if
on
you
the
don't
nose.
intend on keeping it.
Theft is a
Come, let's
theft,
keep those.
whether or not you keep it or not.
All right. Come on.
You'll
We
leave him
got-
with the best treasure after all, Thorn. He wraps his arm around Thorn's waist.
We got a sheriff to
Yep.
see.
It's kind of growing on me.
Jeffrey
Come
heads
on,
back
pretty
into
boy.
Jeffrey heads back into the main room with you guys in tow, and purposely makes his way directly over to Kieran and sits at his side. I am not complaining. I'm just curious. Why did you not partake with us?
Sorry, I did not mean to be impolite. I have my tastes, and drinking from the living is not one of them.
Tell me, friend, what would you do if you lost yourself to the beast? You do know that it will get what it wants.
Well, if I lose myself to the beast, then I will no longer be myself.
Ah, and he slides the glass closer to you. Which side of that face do you wish to be?
Leans in. If I could be fully this, he traces the gold leaf Buddha. If I could be that again, I would give every supernatural gift available just to be able to live again. But that's not in the cards for me, right? So I do what I can. And if I can help it, and God knows I have not in the past. I've killed people, I've drunken from people. It's not my first choice.
He puts his hand on top of yours. You look for life. You yearn for it. I am terribly sorry, Kieran. You need to grieve your past self and let go. None of us in this room are welcome back into the light. The moment we were embraced, willingly or not, we lost that line of our humanity, though we still have our morals that keep us connected to our humanity. It is but a shadow of what it once was. While looking at this glass, and he holds it up in front of you, you see the halves, this side to that side. I see mine based upon how high I fill my cup.
I'm no fool. And I have no illusions about what I am. He kind of leans about 3/4 of the way across the demonic face. I know I'm right here. I know that. I resent it. And you're right. I should mourn the man I was. But that does not mean I embrace the most monstrous of intentions.
That is not what I meant, and I apologize if my words made it seem that way. You shouldn't embrace it as some might. Rather, Learn to coexist with it. I cannot tell you how, of course. The beast is different for all of us. I have come to love the beast within me. It makes me who I used to want to be sometimes in my former life. But that could also be a very dangerous ride to continue on.
It's fair.
I'll give you this, Kiernan, and just you. A freebie. You search for a halo.
Yes.
There have been sightings.
Where?
You're not going to like this.
She didn't. Tell me she didn't.
She did not. But it's within close enough vicinity to make it known that she has eyes where you expect them to be.
Then soon she may not have eyes.
And he points to the demon side of the glass. Befriend it. Learn to coexist with it.
Are there ways to communicate to humans without breaking the masquerade?
Of course,
How?
a communication is just a communication. What you say, however, that depends on whether or not you break the veil. I serve humans every evening. Not a single one of them knows of us and our true nature. The one back there, the one you did not partake in. Well, he was a corrupt business partner. He knew too much, but not from my lips.
You have an office?
I do.
Call. My phone, not yours. Last time I went outside to try and do something like this, I almost killed Thorn. Don't want to do that again.
What's preventing you from doing that tonight in my office?
He's my friend. And you have a nice office.
The nicest.
Well, then I'll just do it here. He opens his phone and calls his mom.
You call your mother.
Yes?
We're going to end the session on that tonight. Yeah, there's not enough time for that.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
All right. Well.
Oh,
And you have a nice office.
and nice office to you.
And an office to you, and to you, and to you.
Jesus.
When
fuck. Dylan.
Man, when you
dude.
said eyes, like Thorn's eyes just lit up, like, not gonna have eyes. Thorn's like, I'll collect some more.
More pocket baubles for me?
Thank you, everyone, very much for
Ooh.
joining us tonight. This was a very fun episode. I hope that you all enjoyed yourselves as much as we did. Please stick around. We're going to be rating a good friend of mine, Natural Geekery. He's playing Minecraft. I know it has nothing to do with vampire, but I love the guy. He's a wonderful friend of mine, and I think that he would really appreciate us all jumping in there. So please stick around so we can do this raid on his stream. Please also follow our Discord, and we also put up the link tree for everyone. And everyone, thank you, Alec, Commune DM, for being our tech wizard going forward. I truly appreciate your help. Thank you very much.
Happy to be of service.
All right, let's see. Are you heading up with that raid?
Yep,
or-
I'm going to
okay.
send us over to our outro, and we'll see you guys next week.
Appreciate you all. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Good night.